Alright, hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to do a video, or a series of videos, talking about the new sets of armor that came out with Season of the Lost. I'm going to start with Warlock, and I'll do just the season armor, and then the season pass ornaments. And I'll probably do Warlock and Hunter and Titan, just because I want to kind of branch out and do the other classes as well, and just do kind of my thoughts on their designs, just so I'm not so restricted to just Warlocks. But we're going to be starting off with the Pathfinder set for Warlocks today, and that's just the normal season armor that you get. It's not the ornament. Just if you're curious, the Reef Regalia shader is how it looks default. It's like default, it has that shader equipped. Just starting off, I like the chest piece. I think the chest piece is a bit similar to things like the Braytech piece. Not quite, but you know, it kind of looks like a researcher's coat. There's a few that look like that, like the Seventh Seraph is a bit similar as well. But it's unique enough, I think. It's not too flashy, but it's pretty grounded, and I appreciate that. You got some detailing on this front flap. You've got the Warlock symbol. I know on the back there's the Reefborn symbol. Got another Warlock symbol on that back pouch. And then again here on the shoulder. So you've got like a lot of insignias and stuff. For the helmet, I think it's pretty good. It's a helmet that takes shaders for its glow, so that's always going to be a pretty valued piece. If you do something like Gambit Jadestone, you have that really, really, really bright glow. Or you could run something like these, the Vintage Timber and Oiled Algae, and then the glow pulsates a bit. You can see it, like it gets brighter and darker. And then also there's a few shaders like Testudo where there is no glow then, so you remove the glow. That's cool too. For the just general design of the helmet itself, I think for the most part I like it. I think these like plates on the cheeks might go out a bit too much. It looks a bit in my head I've always thought it as like marshmallow, kind of like puffy. It's not as like angled as I'd want. It looks a bit too rounded, almost like he has like big cheeks, but that's just like a small complaint to have. And I like these kind of like winged ears. Just the back plating of it too it's well detailed. I like it a lot, and it shades well too. If you're not even going for like the glow, especially like Metro Shift looks really nice on it. The Sin and Vex Chrome and Mercury, and you know, it looks nice. I think it fits well. It's just this part can look a bit odd for me at sometimes. For the gauntlets, they are completely standard with almost nothing that stands out. It's just a padded forearm, and then you got this kind of like puffy stuff that you'd have on like a winter jackets on the above the wrist. So I don't see why you'd ever pick this over another gauntlet. Just if you really appreciate like this, like that ribbed padding there. But besides that, completely standard. Chest we've already been over. Looks good. Just like a researcher robe. Looks nice. Shades well. I don't know if it's something I'd wear really. I like to have stuff that stands out a bit more, but if it's good, I like it. For the boots, it's almost like the gauntlets a bit. They have a bit more personality to them with this plating on like the ankle. And then for the padding on the shins and the knees and the thighs, you have that same ribbed padding that you have here on the wrists. Boots have always seemed to be Warlock's kind of overlooked aspect. just because they're covered so much by the robes. Again, with the gauntlets too always seem to be overlooked, but yeah. And then for the bond, without this antenna thing, I'd think it was pretty subpar. But with that antenna, I think it fits in some aspects because it's a unique shape that we haven't seen before in bond design. So you can get some unique things if you want, let's say like an antenna. You want to do a build that has a lot of antennas, so then you whip out the, let's see, let's get a shader that would somewhat match with everything. Let's just do this. Just want to have a ton of antennas. We'll just rock with, where is it? Siege breakers. We'll put a computer. So it's going to mostly be siege breaker stuff, and then instead of the siege breaker bond, which is just this V that never changes color, you'd rock the Pathfinder bond, and then you're going to have just antennas everywhere. So you're going to have antenna on the helmet, on the collar here, at the back of you, and then your bond now will have an antenna. So you can rock that look, which actually, this looks pretty good. This is a nice shader for the Vanguard Unity. Looks good. I don't know if you rock the Siege Breaker boots. They have a really ugly, this part that never shades, so it always looks a bit off with that, but this isn't a bad look, honestly. Not bad. But yeah. So for overall Pathfinder, the set went a bit off topic, but I think it's good. It's not overly flashy. It's pretty grounded, and that's something I can appreciate. Like this looks good. Like you wouldn't be like, oh, that's ugly. Like this is a cool looking character, but it's not as flashy as someone would probably want, unless you're going for a look that's purposely like grounded. I know most people, a lot of people like running, you know, solstice armor with all the flashy glows and stuff. You want to like be as eye-catching as possible, so you run around in stuff like this, you know. But for a grounded set, I think the Pathfinders is really good. I just have that issue with the helmet a bit, that like rounding at the cheekbones and stuff, and then the gloves and the boots are a bit uninspired, but the color scheming on everything's great. It shades well, which there's a lot of pieces that shade horribly. So yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to do a quick vid on this, and then I'll have another one out on the ornament for the season, and then I'll do the other classes as well. Yeah, boots are actually pretty nice, I must say. Like with this shader with that red on all the more padded pieces of the armor, it actually looks really nice. This like redded pattern here, and then like the legs, you can see it through. But yeah, that's about it. Just a really quick vid talking about the armor. I know it's a bit late in the season, but I'm just getting around to kind of looking at all of the armor from a design standpoint and aesthetics. Alright, that's about it. See you guys tomorrow for the next one. Have a nice night.